Hi there, welcome to Watcher of Realms. Today we need to see how good is Eivor when it comes to clan boss. Can they do a lot of damage? Are they worth having in your team? We're going to find out right now. We're doing Nightmare 4. The reason being is so we can survive the whole course of the battle, as Abyss is a bit difficult. Just note that when it comes to Eivor and even Cassandra, who at some points can ignore the defense of the boss, while Abyss has more defense, so there's more damage potential when comparing. But as said, we can't go the full course because we end up dying too soon. So let's just work with this. Quick overview, specifically this here. Whilst active, all attacks ignore 60% of the target's defense, and the hero restores 6% max HP. So there is survivability. It does help a lot. And then here, Axe Tempest, and of course Blood Bounty, stacking up, an extra 8% max rage, able to generate it quick, stacks 5 times, and the hero's final damage during the ultimate by 8%, so it all matters. This is the lineup that we're going to be using. I've got Ezio there, not for really any reason. I'm just going to play test right now. See how this goes. We're going to pause it as well whilst we're here to slow it down just a little bit. The order I do it, I just do it in whatever order I feel like that. Dao Chan, and put it there, and activate this. I normally use the ultimate immediately because then it generates those axes quicker for some reason. So if we do it now, we got on slow mode. 300k damage, nearly 700k damage, 800k damage. Use the ultimate now for Leia, bit of a boost, 800, 600, 700, 300, 700. Okay. I've got it on slow mode just so we can see everything and follow it as we go along. You see those axes being generated. Can increase the final damage during the ultimate, which we'll use now. Could have used it a bit quicker. Well, we got 800, nearly 900. Yeah. 897. 2 million damage. 2 million. 2 million. 2 million. 1 million. Oh, wow. That looks so satisfying as well when you see it. Let's activate it again. 800. 1 mil. 800. 900. Yeah, really like this. Doing such great damage against a boss single target, and that's without even having to rely on ignore a big portion of defense, because this boss doesn't have as high defense as other ones like Abyss, so that's positive. And the axes in other content can enable you to take up to 5 enemies. 1 mil, 1 mil, look at that, 1.4, 1.4. Can we go up to 2 mil again? 900. I don't think we're going to be able to beat the shield, but that doesn't really matter. It's going to be a close one. So if you pair him with another hero, you could double team this easily. Sometimes when it looks like you've broken the shield but you actually haven't, it can be a bit deceiving. Let's put on a bit of a speed now. You get the idea of how things are going. They generate the axes first, which then generates the rage faster, cycling the ultimate quicker. Look at that, great damage. We'll have another quick look at the gear that she's currently in, because that does matter as well. I'm only working with what I have, so there is probably more potential. Just so you know, this is A1, hence why we can generate the axes, the altar, quicker. If we had her A3, for example, would it make much of a difference? Not quite. I don't think it would take the shields down any more than what we're currently doing. Obviously more damage if we was able to take those shields down, but look, great survivability, that's what matters. Works in the latest, hardest codex with Alistair. Brilliant on the right hand side. Solo. It's what you want. Solo, high damage. Single target, high damage. Takes out mobs, more than one. I'd be quite pleased with that. Stat-wise, 132 million. Really good. I mean, okay. You might have other heroes out there that can do so much more, but, you know, other heroes are like A5 and God tier gear, so they're obviously going to perform better. It's the uniqueness, though, behind Eivor. It's not just single target high damage, it's across multiple enemies if you throw that axe out. Okay, it's not guaranteed, but there's still that little bit there. And survivability, that's what matters too. Really good survivability. So let's just take a look at Eivor. She is still good without the A1. But if you can try and get A1, it's worth considering. Because look at this. If you have decent marksmen, good ones, you probably don't need Bayek unless it's just for collection purposes. So you could use some of those resources from Bayek onto Eivor if you haven't got this the A1 yet. Gear-wise, we have got Infernal Roar. I think if we change it to Cataclysm, that could work quite well. We can do the test whilst we're here. We may as well. And we'll speed it up this time round. We'll go through the first cycle of the damage numbers and then we'll speed it up. Quick change. Cataclysm, which one's the better one? 3.5k attack, lose crit damage, gain more rage. For Cassandra, I'd say yes because of that rage boost, but it doesn't work on Eivor. More attack, much more speed, lose the rage. To be honest, let's use this because she generates the rage fast regardless whether she's got rage regen or not. And this, you get more attack speed, more attacks in, and more attack damage in general. We are losing, though, crit damage, but attack's just as important. And Cataclysm, does it give you that? Yeah. Upon landing a crit hit with basic attack, increases the hero's damage by 10% for 8 seconds and it stacks up to 5 times. So I believe this is the ideal one. I think Hell's Lament would apply more to Cassandra. But look, we can go for it bit by bit. Let's just do this test first. Got to make sure to swap it back afterwards so I don't get a shock if I'm doing other content. Guide, back there. And then we'll just see how it goes. Playtest. See, is there a distinct difference or not? You'd hope so. This is tier 3 gear, but we'll just see. Put that on pause for a second. Slow everything down. Same order as what we did before. I might deploy them just a little bit faster, so there is that to take in mind. 146, 155. Was that 200? Ooh, okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Ult now, just why not? 300k. Nearly 700. 800. They are ultimate attacks. I don't know if that classifies as basic attack or not. 700, that still seems the same, which is okay. I want to get back to the basic attacks just to see. 300k. Yeah, I'd say this is a step up. I can't remember all the numbers, but we'll see the final damage report at the end anyway. Got through the first shield rather well. That's good. Activate that. 2 mil, we've got the 2 mil damage there. 700k, 300. Activate that. So we're going through this rather well. 1 mil there. 1 mil, that's all good. Obviously, we are going to do more damage, but we need to see how much more. And the last one was what, like 132 mil? Maybe this will be 162, that's my guess. Well, to be honest, it takes that shield down a lot more. No, ooh, that was close. That was actually close. If we got that down, we would have done significantly more. This is promising. If I had her A3 during that moment, would it have made a difference? Because it would have increased the chance of throwing 2 axes out by 40%. Outside of that, it would have been by, I think, 15%. So it may have come in clutch there. It wasn't a matter of running out of the ultimate though, it was more so, we'll just put it there, survivability. Struggling a little bit there. I activated the ultimate a bit too early, but it doesn't matter because I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. Use layer, come on. $800. I don't think I've seen any 2 mils yet. I could be blind. Just put it there. We're seeing 1 mil, 1.2. Where's the 2 mil? Either way, besides the ult damage, let's see single target, basic attack. 146. Wow. That's actually pretty underwhelming. Infernal Roar isn't that far off Cataclysm. Now I'm just thinking there's new gear being added in, isn't there? Would any of that translate well to here with Eivor? Isn't there like an Infernal Roar where it's increased by 30% or something? Wow. That could be something to consider. Anyone's got Eivor? That new gear coming out. I don't know if it's already out now or not. I mean, is it tier 3 or is it tier 2? Where would you find it exactly? Let's just do one final test whilst we're here. Let's just make sure we switch it back to that first of all. We need to try Hell's Lament just for the sake. We've got Dracula. Okay, more speed, but you lose a massive amount of crit damage. Not ideal. Do we, oh, this one's good. Good trade-off, to be honest. More attack, significantly more speed, a little bit more crit damage, and a bit more rage. That's just a win-win. What's this one? No, we won't do that. Right, so it's Jezebel. And with this gear, upon casting, the ultimate increases damage by 35% and crit damage by 50%, lasting for 20 seconds, which is on par with, I think, is it 15, 20 seconds, the ult of Eivor? And Eivor casts the ultimate pretty quick, so it keeps cycling back round. This could be an alternative, but I don't think there are exclusives for Eivor in this area. I think it may be more Cataclysm. It's something to consider, but nevertheless, better gear, arguably speaking. Let's see if the gear set works with Eivor or not. Deploying the same order. We don't expect to see much damage for the basic attacks. It's more so when the ultimate comes around and like it's improves there. Pause. Right, there we go. Put you there. Hopefully you enjoy these type of videos where we test these individuals out in controlled settings. And we look at different pieces of gear as well as it's set up. 170k, okay, that seems a bit more the usual, the norm without the Cataclysm, which went up to about 200. 700. 870. It might take a bit of time to stack, of course. Come on. 700. 700. Not all gear will work with all heroes, of course, but I'm just working with what I've got here. Kind of doing it blindly. At the end of the day, the numbers matter, so that's how we'll find out. 800, 900. Come on, where's the mill? that red bar gets in the way, doesn't it? 1 mil. I've yet to see... Oh, there we go. 2 million, finally. There we go. Oh, it's such a nice number, that. It really is. Come on, wake up, dragon. 1 mil, 1 mil. At the moment, it doesn't seem like... See, this is the other thing what we've got to consider. Even if the ult didn't do as much compared to what it was already doing before, we are going to do, or we should do more damage anyway over time because we've got higher attack speed. Gain it in quicker. Ooh, can we? I don't know. No. Was it possible? I don't think it was. Oh, actually, I don't know. I'm just wondering there, if we altered a little bit later, would we have been able to break the shield? I don't know. Let's just use the ult here. First cycle. Second cycle. Third. I kind of like want to hold off just for a minute and now activate. Probably left it. It wasn't worth it, was it? No. That's okay. You can almost do like 2 cycles before the shield you got to break. Says interesting, ideal. Put down Channing quickly. Okay. We'll just see what the final part is here and see which one's worth it overall. Which one's more effective, efficient, easier to get and obtain, what works better. I think this might be similar to Cataclysm. So Infernal Roar was 132 million, Cataclysm was 146 million, and Hell's Lament is 137. Wow, there we go. So Cataclysm is most ideal, but it's not a huge step up from Infernal Roar. So if you don't have the resources, you don't have the tier 3 gear, you're not missing out too much. There's a positive. Let's just change it back because I'm just wondering, when I was using Ingrid, come on, did it have any exclusives or no? Jezebel, where's Jezebel? Good. Let's have a quick look at Ingrid because I was using Ingrid for this. The North Throne exclusive, which would apply to Eivor, definitely. When deployed, increases max HP. So it's just doing survivability, that's it. You're not getting any more damage. Not helpful. Kai exclusive. So, do we have Cataclysm of the ring? Just refresh. What's this? Watchguard increases damage and healing effect by 8%. Right, so that's what would be more ideal. I don't think there's any others. Only the North one. And Supreme Arbiters would apply to Cassandra, for example. When deployed, increases attack by 5% and max HP by 5%. But Cassandra is also the Watchers as well. So, yeah, this one better. Increase effect by 8% from the looks of it. Huge difference? Not exactly. BP difference, better as well. I didn't use it because this was lacking speed, and what I have on Ingrid is better to what are on these rings. I mean, look at that, for example. Crit rate, not matter too much. Attack bonus, crit damage, and attack speed. I don't think I have any others. We'll just check quickly here. Some default ones. Well, North round. No, that healing effect's ruined there. This one, no bonus. Nope. Wait, whoa. Oh, that's probably why. Yeah, there you go, you take off the speed, that's all we really have. That one there too, missing the speed. That is unfortunate. And as for a variant gem, mythic weapon or bangle, so you can't even do that. That's why there's limitations. All in all, I think Eivor's pretty good, and at least you're guaranteed to get it in 200, and if you're lucky, you might get under that. And if not, you've still got the divines to go for it that way. There's more ways to get Eivor than there is to get Kagiri or Wukong during an event. Well, I don't know how Wukong works now because of new accounts signing in, but, you know, the Kagiris, the Gwendolyn's, Captain Reeves out at 200. You don't get the divines on the sideline, but you do with Eivor, and you probably will with Bayek. So, hopefully, you enjoyed this review. Let me know. Give a thumbs up to the video. Hit the like button if you'd like to see a test on Cassandra. And maybe we could do a dual video in Abyss and see how both do at the same time. With that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.